What's going on, everyone? Designedcoma here, and you're probably going, man, it's been like forever since this guy has done a video. It sure has. It's been a long time, a really long time. That's really a whole different video. Maybe I'll get into talking about that, why I walked away from doing YouTube for a while, and you know, I'm kind of feeling like I really want to get back to doing it because it's been fun. It was always fun. It's always fun making videos. So what is really the topic of this video? Well, I have to share with everybody. It's just a little, I guess you could say, PSA announcement, I suppose, for anybody who is a gamer, YouTuber, anybody who sits in front of their computer for hours at a time during the day. Now I work in IT, so you can imagine the number of hours I work sitting at my desk, and then I come home, I eat dinner or whatever, and then I sit down and play some games. So I sit a lot. Recently I suffered a pulmonary embolism, and for those of you who don't know what a pulmonary embolism is, it is, needless to say, it's a little bit scary. Well, it's a lot scary because these things are dubbed silent killers. Okay, these are the things that cause like brain aneurysms and things like that. These are blood clots, and this blood clot landed in my lungs. That's why it's called a pulmonary embolism, because it was in my lung. It was in the what they call the right flank. It was in the back side of my lung on the right side of my body, and it was excruciating pain. It was really painful. I procrastinated for probably about 30 minutes before asking my wife to take me to the hospital because it was pretty bad. The weird thing is this all started like weeks prior to me landing in the hospital. I was working on my hot water heater one day, and the next day my leg was feeling kind of weird. The muscle felt a little bit, I guess you could say, it wasn't pliable. You know how your muscle can feel a little, it feels soft and you can squeeze it and stuff, like Charmin. It was pretty solid and everything. It was kind of weird, but I'm a runner, so I thought I aggravated an old injury. It hurt. It was hard to walk because of the pain. And then eventually, after about a week or so, it went away. It was getting better. It slowly, progressively got better. Everything seemed fine up until the following week. On Sunday, I came down with a cold, and I woke up in the middle of the night just coughing really bad, to the point where it hurt. I felt something, really painful in my back, and then eventually it kind of went away. And then throughout the day on Monday, I was working from home for work because I was sick, and it slowly, progressively, got a little bit worse throughout the day. By the end of the day, I went and soaked in a Epsom salt bath. I'm old school, when it comes to being sick and muscles are sore and whatnot. And within 10 minutes of getting out of that, I was on the edge of the couch. I swear, it felt like somebody was stabbing me in my back. It hurt so bad. That is how bad it hurt, And I'm no spring chicken, okay? But I'm not old by any means. And I know some people would say I'm old because I'm in my 40s, but I'm really not that old, and I don't consider myself old. I'm healthy otherwise. I've run 3 marathons. I've ran a half marathon. I'm getting ready to run again this year, but this pulmonary embolism, it sneaked up on me. Some of the causes, the main causes for these things, had I been on any flights recently, and that has a lot to say about blood clots, because when you're on a long flight going overseas and things like that, if you're not getting up and moving around, your blood can start to clot, and a lot of it has to do with the fact of the altitude that you're up, inside an airplane. Really long car rides too, things like that. But a lot of other reasons is it could be hereditary. It can be a protein deficiency in your body. There's a lot of things it could be. Mine is what's called unprovoked, which means all those things I mentioned didn't cause my blood clot. There's really no explanation for it. We can't really say it's because I sit a lot for work. I can definitely say I probably wasn't getting up and moving around as much as I used to in the past. This year and late last year, like towards the end of last year, I was really being kind of lazy about getting up and moving around, and I know I should have. But so yeah, that it was a real scary moment. I think it upset my daughter the most because she was the one who kept complaining to me about going to the doctor about my leg. Let's just say, and she has every right to be, she was upset with me. She was mad, a little bit mad, because I was ignoring her. Well, I was ignoring her. I was just playing the big dad, and things like that, and just like, it's no big deal, it'll eventually be fine. But it ended up not being. And that first night in the hospital, it was it was a little scary. You know, I really sat there and thought about a lot of things. The most I thought about was all of the last things I would have done that day. You know, there was a lot of things. You know, the last time I'd see my daughter go off to school, the last time I, you know, told my wife I loved her, just all of those last things. I know it sounds kind of morbid. It seems like it's a weird place to go, and hopefully the gameplay in the background, you know, some Black Ops 4 gameplay is gonna help a little bit. Maybe not, because not everybody's a fan of Black Ops 4 right now. You know, it really makes you think about a lot of things, because when I started to research blood clots, because I really want to understand the condition, because I'm on blood thinners now for basically the rest of my life. You know, it's not going to change. It's my life now, and I've had to change some you know, some habits. You know, I had to change, you know, make some lifestyle changes and start exercising a lot more and things like that. So yeah, you know, it's a little scary, you know, when you really start to research those things. You could Google them if you want. I don't really need to put any links, I guess, you know, for anybody to follow to go check it out, because I mean, you could Google pulmonary embolisms, you'll get all kinds of hits on it. So yeah, it's one of those things, you know, especially when you read about it and you hear it dubbed as the silent killer, you know, because before anybody really understood what blood clots were, people were dying from these things, and it was almost unexplained. It's like most of the time they go to the heart, when they hit the heart and they don't move anywhere. And I mean, ultimately this blood clot moved through my body, through my heart, into my, you know, and eventually landed in my lungs. So yeah, you know, you really start to think about things. Life looks a lot different for me right now. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to put this video out. I'm going to start doing more videos, because to be honest with you, I really do miss doing YouTube. As crazy as YouTube is, and as dumb as they are doing the things they're doing, changing the things they're changing, and kind of making it real difficult for anybody to talk about the things they really want to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was kind of not exactly the best thing, but what I really hope is going to happen is that everybody shares this video. I know I don't have a lot of followers, subscribers, and things like that. I'm kind of starting all over again, but I really hope what happens is some people take this video and they share it on their Twitter and they tag other YouTubers that they know, and hopefully you can kind of spread it out, because really I kind of just want people to, especially anybody who's doing YouTube, gamers in general, to make sure they're getting up and moving around on a regular basis. Even think about getting a standing desk. I'm considering one, but they are so expensive. I've even thought about making my own, but I don't know, I just don't feel like I have that kind of time. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, you know, give it a like, share it, all that good stuff, and hopefully I'll be doing some more videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
German forces take the win.